Hey everyone, I'm Joseph with the homie
Eric,
which of course you've seen him before, and like I said, you'll see him on occasion. This be one of them. We're talking Thor Ragnarok Non-Spoiler. I repeat,
non-spoiler.
no spoils.
Oh, we'll try to, but you know.
I mean, we're gonna try it, but no, hey, no, for real.
But for real, non-spoiler.
Non-spoiler. You'll see a spoiler one with David soon, guys. But before we jump into Thor Ragnarok, don't forget to smash that like button if you like this video. Click the subscribe to stay tuned and see more. Remember, every time you share this video, you might save a life. I can't promise that, but I can't deny it either. So, you know what? It's like a win-win. All right, guys. Thor Ragnarok, our initial thoughts, our immediate reactions. Did we like it? Did we not like it? Eric, did you like it?
I liked it, but how do I say this properly? I just liked it. And it's not even like a like. It's like I liked the movie. That was it.
I mean, I'm in the same boat. I didn't like it, but I didn't hate it. It was just okay. I mean, it's the best Thor movie of the three.
It is the best one of the three movies.
But that's still not saying a whole lot.
No, it's not. It's just...
I wanted to like it.
You want to like it.
I wanted to love this movie. Because, I mean, I feel like Thor hasn't gotten enough love in the MCU. And he's a very powerful, very fun character. And they really tried to shoot for fun in this movie.
But they...
I just feel the way they tried.
Overshot it.
Yeah, exactly. The way they did it, they just was too much forced. But we'll get into why.
We'll get into that later.
We'll talk about why we didn't like it and what we did like. Because there's a few things we did like, without a doubt.
Yes.
But honestly, just so you have an idea of how much we did or didn't like it is, I always talk about rewatchability. There's movies that I watch and I'm immediately like, I'm watching that right now.
You go right up to the ticket line again and you buy another ticket because you really want to watch this movie.
Exactly. That's how much I enjoyed that movie.
And with Thor Ragnarok, it's good watching it once, and not paying for it again.
I'm not rushing to the stands to rewatch it, and you guys know that I like rewatching movies that I really like, and I don't mind paying. I'm like, fuck, I love this movie. Let's watch it again. This one, I'm like, I'll watch it again, but TV,
like if it coming out on TV, Netflix, Hulu,
something like that,
you know,
definitely watch it. But I'm not gonna rush the stands. So that's where I sit with this movie. And again, the easiest way to say it is disappointed.
Yeah, just a very. Not a great disappointment.
I was disappointed.
Well, I mean, you were. I mean, he'll explain more later.
I showed up with the Mjolnir hammer. All right.
Oh yeah, he did.
I showed up with the Mjolnir hammer.
He showed up with the hammer and everything, excited for this movie. And I went over excited for this movie, but I left the theaters disappointed.
Yeah, and it hurt the heart, right? Because I mean, it's Thor Ragnarok. I mean, Ragnarok literally meaning end of everything for them.
Basically,
the end of time.
Basically the Norse doomsday.
Exactly.
It's the doomsday. It's the apocalypse for the Norse mythology.
Exactly.
You know.
So that's how we feel about it. I know that's how I feel about it. But let me just elaborate, I guess, so people aren't like, why don't you like it? And again, non-spoiler. So without giving anything away or without giving anything major away, one of my main issues was the jokes, and it's not that there was bad jokes, but the way they delivered, it was a lot of in-your-face jokes. And I thought that was too much. Like, Thor is funny. Let's be honest. Thor is a funny character, but he's not funny, like, in-your-face funny.
He's not a wise ass. He's
not a joke-cracking funny. He's Thor 1.
The whole scene with the coffee, he enjoys the drink, and he's like, I like this. And he smashes in the ground. And
I'll have another. That's Thor funny.
Because
Hemsworth, is very good at that. He's great at comedy. And I feel like if the jokes were more Thor-esque, his delivery would have been on point, just like they have been. But they really pushed a comedy, because people dig that. Guardians 2. Oh, people love comedy. Just feed it to them. Just, that's basically what it was.
It was just force feeding you all this comedy, and the bad thing about it is they force fed you this comedy. And when it came to the actual jokes that were actually properly delivered, funny as hell, you kind of just did, huh?
Yeah, because it was just constantly. So the good ones, you're like, shortly after, like, oh, well, I like that joke. But it was like, it took a minute to reside because you're just like, oh, another one.
It took a minute after you watch the movie and you come back and then you talk about it a little bit, and then
but
it's
you
all
know
like,
what?
oh hey,
Yeah.
remember this joke? Yeah, that was freaking hilarious.
Yeah,
but
during it's because there was so much.
It was just so much force-fed jokes to you.
And the thing with the jokes is like pivotal moments in this movie. I mean, again, apocalypse style stuff.
You know,
there was just a stupid joke thrown in for no reason.
For no apparent reason.
And I'm like, this is a pivotal moment. I should be feeling something right now. I shouldn't be sitting there like, this joke is stupid, or this joke just wasn't funny, or I should be sitting there like, oh wow, or I should be like, holy shit, I can't believe that's happening. Instead, I'm like, oh, and then I hear the joke and I'm like, oh, that fucking killed my buzz.
It killed basically the mood for certain scenes.
Yeah, for the scenario that you were in that moment.
Yeah, and then Ragnarok is, like we said, is it's the end of all days.
Yeah, it's the apocalypse.
Asgard.
Exactly.
But you feel no
emotional connection.
No emotional connection to it. You just
better yet,
you don't feel threatened.
Exactly. There's not a moment where I'm like,
you don't feel that impending doom.
Thank you. I couldn't said it better myself. You don't feel that moment of like, holy shit, if you fail, it's over. I don't feel that because there's constantly, if you fail, it's over, and then you hear like something stupid. I'm just like, oh my god. I'm just like, bro,
it kills the
like,
mood
bro,
so much.
like that. I was digging it, and that totally knocked me off. Another issue, CGI.
Oh yes, you did point that out.
Yeah, and the thing is with CGI nowadays, two issues. One, this is a Disney funded movie.
Oh,
your budget, CGI should not be issue. It ain't no issue, okay?
It should be. It should not be.
No issue, okay? Like, all right, and hey, Jurassic Park from back in the day, the original, the first one, the fuck, that CG still look good, all right?
Hell yeah.
I'm 2017 Disney funded CG, and I'm sitting there like, oh, bro, that's bad. That's
And if you can spot it when you watch the movie, when you do get the chance to watch the movie, if you do get to spot it, you'll understand how we felt when we watched that CGI.
And again, that CGI, like those unnecessary jokes, takes you out of the moment.
It does.
And I mean,
really
I understand there's certain things that it's not gonna look great, but it's still, I'm like, oh, cool, I could let that go. But there's certain things where I was just like, that's just too. There's easy ways to fix that,
It was too. How would I say it? Like, it felt rushed, even though this movie was pushed back.
Yeah, I know. It did gain more time for Homecoming.
It was pushed back a little bit longer, so they should have went back, and fixed stuff. But the way we saw it, it seemed like it was just rushed. And you're like, well, basically, you're without words.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah. And I agree with that. I mean, and the whole rush thing, I mean, this movie is definitely two different movies smashed into one. Planet Hulk, Thor Ragnarok, and there's a lot of things with I want to say it, but I'm not non-spoiler. But there's just a lot of stuff like it just didn't flow smoothly. And guys, I know we're knocking it right now. There's a couple things we liked. One thing I really enjoyed was Thor's fights were, I think, what the closest to what I've seen like off the panel style fighting. The way he fought.
Yeah, and that's including the scene from because you watch Thor: The Dark World, which we don't talk about that movie, but we're talking about right now. But the whole fight scene where he's with all those other what is it? I don't want to say aliens, but he's fighting all these other people in the beginning of the movie.
Oh yeah, well they're other realm
folk. But even that fight scene didn't seem as great as the fight scene we watched in Thor.
Yeah, and the fight scene is like almost right off the bat, and you see it, and you're like, that's Thor. Thor. Let's not forget, is extremely powerful. I mean, he goes toe to toe with the Hulk all the time.
And that's even without the hammer.
Without the hammer, like
he's a god. He is a god, so he has the superhuman strength,
durability, all that good stuff.
All that good stuff,
Guys, I mean, I wanted to like it, and the thing is, going into it, I was like, this movie's gonna be effing amazing because there was critics who were just, award-winning, best MCU stuff like that, and I was just like, wow, this movie's gonna freaking rainbow my brain like the end of Kingsman. And I like I said, guys, I showed up with the Mjolnir hammer. I was in as you can be. All right, the only thing I didn't have was the Thor body and hot blonde hair. All right, everything else,
or the helmet or anything.
All right, we didn't even talk about that. We didn't talk about that. But I mean, so I was really excited for it. I mean, me and him were like pumped. We're talking about it like, yo, this is gonna look cool, blah 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 blah. And I remember walking out, and we tried talking about it, and then it was too hard because we had to point out things we liked, or
you had to point out. We had to point out, and it was The problem with this movie was you don't want to talk about the movie and talk about more about the stuff you didn't like and the stuff you did like.
Exactly.
And with this movie, we both felt like we talked way too much about the stuff we didn't like than the stuff we did like.
Exactly. Like we had a pinpoint. Oh, I did like that. Like it's never good when you're talking about something. You're like, I did like that though.
Yeah, you don't want to be like that. You want to be like, man, this is. You remember this, and then you're
only
excited
had this
about
issue,
it.
This issue, everything else was amazing. So the villains, like you said, no impending doom. Didn't feel none of that.
No, not really. And then the whole recapping what you said about the whole two different stories. You got Planet Hulk, Sakaar, and then you got whole
Thor Ragnarok.
All bashed together, and like you said, it wasn't properly executed. It felt like it was just back and forth, and
exactly.
You couldn't catch certain things.
Yeah,
and it took you away from the experience, from what you had to feel in certain scenes.
Change the characters, and not just Thor. There's characters in here that they changed that really fucking ticked me off. But
you'll know more about that whenever.
The spoiler one. You'll find out what
you'll be with David
specifically. But there's little things like that they changed or tweaked or whatever that I'm just like, why would you? There's a reason we like these characters. There's a reason we like these stories. Why all of a sudden are you trying to do this full 360, 180, 1800 degrees to the left kind of shit? But I mean, guys, like we said, we liked it. It's not Iron Man 3 bad. It's not Thor 2 bad.
Okay, yeah, no.
There we go. Hey, it's not that bad.
You gotta win.
Yeah, hey. A W's a W. All right, guys. It's like I said, not Iron Man 3 bad. Not it's Thor not, Dark World bad.
Those two.
Technically a W.
Those two are in my personal experience, and y'all might think differently, but in my personal experience, Iron Man 3 and Thor Dark World.
Garbage, but we digress on that, guys.
But it's still not good saying that. This one Thor Ragnarok was at least better than those two. Like that's not saying much.
Yeah, I know. I'm still not. It's not really praising it much, but just so you kind of get an idea of where we sit with it, guys. But we definitely want to hear your thoughts. I mean, maybe you really love this movie, and I want to know why.
We want to know why.
Or maybe you agree with us, or maybe there's something we missed, and you're like, well, what about this? You could totally be right, and I'd like to hear that in the comment section, just to get another perspective, because like I said, people really love this movie, and maybe there's something I'm missing, or maybe there's something I just glanced over, even for him maybe, and just letting us know would be amazing, because maybe you write something, I'm just like, that fucking person's a genius, So definitely hit us up in the comment section with your thoughts, your opinions, what you thought of the movie. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Where do you think we go from here? Because I mean, next is Panther, and then
the trailers, you're still playing for that one, and then Avengers Infinity War. So
we got some stuff coming, guys. So we definitely want to hear from you in the comment section down below. Don't forget, you can also stay in touch with Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all three in the description box down below. And as always, it's a pleasure.